Today we are holding a meeting of the African National Committees of Family Farming. The reason we are holding this meeting is to be able to create synergies across nations, where every country has a national committee of International Year of Family Farming. And those committees, when they come together to discuss their strategies of how they are going to advance, this conference is going to benefit farmers because it's their own conference. They are creating synergies between themselves here in Uganda and those others. It's like creating linkages horizontally between the farmers themselves as they map strategies. And the conference is going to strengthen the farmers' resolve. First of all, they are going to learn from each other. Secondly, they are going to share experiences. Thirdly, they are going to map strategies of how to influence policy in favor of themselves. So far, we have identified that a policy should be implemented using a human rights-based approach. A human rights-based approach is a conceptual framework of delivering services to the people, being conscious of human rights. So it should be participatory. And the rights of the people should have legal recognition. The government has a responsibility to protect, to respect, and to fulfill its obligations. To respect the rights of the people, to protect their rights, to protect them from being interfered with by things like cultural norms, and then they have an obligation to fulfill. For instance, to put in place policies that will guarantee the human rights of people in implementing a certain policy. Investors in our countries in Africa, and in fact in most of the least developed countries in Asia and Latin America, family farmers are the single largest investors. And family farmers need everyone's support because they guarantee our health, good health, they guarantee food security, and we are demanding that we be granted food sovereignty. We are resisting the introduction of industrial agriculture, where monocrops are grown, where land is grabbed to grow monocrops. The family farmer has the wisdom of intercropping several crops on one piece of field to guard against 100% crop failure.
Family farming. This workshop is very timely because most of the countries in Africa we depend on agriculture. And if you look at the statistics, the GDP is not much different. We're almost the same. The majority of our population are youth, about 70. And most of the activities, especially for food production, are done by women. So the present traditional agriculture we discovered, we have been mainly, when it comes to decisions, it has been men. We want to ensure that there is gender, youth, and all the other groups who are moving together. So we want the family to come together in the development. And we have also we have made a national agricultural policy, and we are also making an agriculture strategic plan for the next 5 years. And addressing the other issues like land, the country will made the Uganda land use plan, policy, and the national land use policy to ensure that there is equitable access to land policy, land use policy, to ensure that there is equitable access to land, and then we're using our land sustainably.
Industrialization and appreciation and scale up of family farming, because as you heard from the representative from the ministry, many of our policies talk about family farming a little bit, and they also have an understanding of what it is. So what we want to do as a national committee in Uganda is to create massive sensitization.
So what we will do first is to conduct press conferences and media dialogues that we popularize the concept of family farming in Nigeria.
Also, we start the National Committee to work with other reputable international organizations such as PAO, also IYFF+10. We still have World Vision International, such that they are highly likely to influence and also work with the government.
Media will be the only space for us, since we don't have much funding to work with. And then we also will work on cross-border issues on trade to help promote agriculture productivity and marketing.
Having MOUs through local leaders at the districts and at the ministry level. With these MOUs, they will define what we do, and this will help us to do our work smoothly.
That means our business professionals promote farming not as a hobby but as a business. What we contribute towards the family is we bring together the family household members to do farming as a family business through gender mainstreaming. And we have been traditional members of the National Committee for Family Farming. It's our element in focus.
Trying by all means to continue influencing the selection of land committee, so that we can also have women and youth from the national committee being part of that land commission committee, so that they can actually front the needs of the national of the family farming activities in that committee.
We're drawing up a final document for approval. The final document underwent validation by all stakeholders nationwide at 3 major fora, and ultimately endorsed by the Minister for Agriculture before being presented to Parliament for approval.
But that shows that organic methods work. The organic, we don't intend to be organic. Maybe if our farmers had a lot more money, with all the hype that's going on around use of fertilizer, they would also go for fertilizer. But then they don't see why they should use so much, they should spend money on fertilizer when they don't have the money, and then the returns on agricultural produce are not that high. So naturally we don't use fertilizer, but I'm glad to say that we are living proof that organic methods work. Our own market, but we are very, very proud about our food. I believe you've enjoyed our Ugandan hospitality. Our fruits are all year round. I see Madagascar nodding. I think our fruits are, by the way, organic. No one uses fertilizer.